What if you could make a special fruit that gives someone powers that are stronger than anything else in the story of One Piece? Watch me create the strongest devil fruit in One Piece ever! One Piece is about pirates who sail the seas in search of a huge treasure known as the One Piece. Devil fruits are magical things that exist in this world. Eating a devil fruit gives someone a special power, but it also makes them weaker in the water so they can't swim anymore. One devil fruit is all most people can eat. The different powers in their bodies fight each other and kill them if they try to eat a second one. But there's a character named Blackbeard who figures out how to use 2 devil fruits at once. His first fruit is the Yami Yami no Mi, which lets him control darkness. His second fruit is the Gura Gura no Mi, which lets him make big earthquakes. Blackbeard is very strong and dangerous because of this. Now we take that idea and make one devil fruit that combines a lot of powers without causing any problems. This new fruit would combine the powers of different devil fruits into one. There are 3 main kinds of devil fruits. People can change their bodies into an animal shape or a mix of human and animals with Zoan fruits. People can turn their bodies into things like fire or lightning and control those things with Logia fruits. Paramecia fruits give you all kinds of powers like being able to stretch things or move them. I call our new fruit the Nexus no Mi. It works like a central point that smoothly connects all these powers. This fruit is very rare and special. When someone eats it, they can use powers from different devil fruits at the same time that makes them able to change the world of oceans and islands and battles in One Piece. I'll choose 9 strong abilities from the story and add them one at a time to make this fruit. Each ability will work with the others to make the whole fruit even better. The person who eats it becomes very strong in groups like the Yonko, who are the 4 most powerful pirate leaders, or the world government, which rules most of the world, or even old machines called ancient weapons that can destroy islands. Let's start building this fruit from the beginning with a base that holds everything together. We start with the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. This is a special Zoan fruit used by the main character Luffy. He's a young pirate captain searching for the One Piece. People call this fruit the Sun God model because it gives powers like a happy and free god. It's the main part of our Nexus no Mi. Whoever eats it gets a rubber-like body that can stretch and move in ways that break the normal rules of how bodies work. It also makes them much stronger and faster, and helps them think of new ways to fight. When the power is fully awakened, the user can make things around them act like rubber too. They could make the ground on an island bounce like a trampoline to trap enemies, or turn a fighting arena into a place full of surprises. The fruit also spreads a feeling of happiness and freedom, which helps friends feel brave and ready to battle, while making enemies feel confused by the unexpected moves. This stretching ability and the way it boosts everything else will make it a great starting point, so all the powers we add later can be changed and used in fresh ways that surprise anyone watching or fighting. We then add the Tori Tori no Mi model Phoenix. This is another special Zoan fruit used by a character named Marco, who was part of a strong pirate group. It brings the power to heal quickly and fly. The user creates blue flames that fix any injury on their body, like a cut arm or a damaged heart. This lets them keep fighting even after big hits. Flying lets them move high in the sky like a bird from the old stories, attacking from above or getting away easily. When this mixes with the stretching from the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika, the flames can become long fiery lines or big areas of healing fire that help friends or burn enemies. This combination makes a fighter who's tough to touch and hard to stop, creating a strong base for more powers. Then we bring in the Soru Soru no Mi. This is a paramecia fruit used by a powerful pirate named Big Mom. It gives control over souls, which are the inner energy of living things. The user can take a small part of a soul from a person and put it into things that are not alive and turn them into helpers called homies. These homies can be trees that talk and move, ships that sail on their own, or weapons that battle by themselves. The fruit also lets the user make their own life longer, getting close to living forever. When mixed with the strength of the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika and the healing from the Tori Tori no Mi model Phoenix, these homies get extra power and they can stretch and fix themselves with fire. The user could fill a fighting area with these helpers, making it hard for enemies to win while staying safe and directing everything. This makes the fruit user a leader of their own group of living things, spreading their strength over large places. After that, we include the Goro Goro no Mi. This is a Logia fruit used by a character named Enel, who thought he was a god. It gives full control over lightning, letting the user move as fast as a lightning bolt to avoid hits or travel far quickly. They can make big lightning attacks that destroy groups of ships, and even start their own heart again if it stops. When combined with the stretching, the lightning can be made longer to hit around walls or twisted into huge storms that spin. With the healing flames, it turns into fires filled with electricity that fall from the sky, mixing heat and shocks. This turns the user into someone who commands weather and nature, changing places and hitting with exact or huge force. We continue with the Yami Yami no Mi. This is the Logia fruit Blackbeard uses for darkness. It lets the user cancel out other devil fruit users when touching them, taking away what makes enemies strong, and control gravity to pull people into dark spaces that trap them or take in attacks. When added to the lightning, it makes storms of darkness where lightning cuts through the shadows. The stretching lets the darkness form long arms that grab enemies, and soul helpers can come out of these dark places. This lets the user stop any power from fruits and controls fights with pulling force. For big destruction, we put in the Gura Gura no Mi. This is a paramecia fruit used by a powerful pirate named Whitebeard and gives the user control over earthquakes, causing tremors. With stretching, the earthquakes can be aimed at exact spots or made stronger in small areas. Darkness pulls enemies to the center, lightning adds shocks to the shakes, and healing lets the user handle their own strong moves. This makes them someone who can destroy whole towns with one action, owning any ground they stand on. To make it more flexible, we add the Ito Ito no Mi. This is a paramecia fruit used by Doflamingo, a clever villain. It lets the user make sharp strings like threads to control enemies like puppets, build walls, or fly by connecting to clouds. These strings get stronger with electricity for shocking catches, soul energy to move on their own, or stretching to cover big spaces. Picture strings filled with power holding a whole group of ships, or pulling with gravity to guide earthquakes exactly. This gives the user full direction over fights, like planning every part. The strength to survive goes highest with the Yomi Yomi no Mi. This is the paramecia fruit used by Brook, a skeletal musician in Luffy's group. It gives an extra life after dying, and lets the user go through solid things without being hit, while using cold soul energy to freeze enemies. With healing and soul control, it makes a fighter who cannot be killed easily. The cold adds to lightning for freezing shocks, or darkness for very cold empty spaces, letting the user last through anything. Last, we connect everything with the Ope Ope no Mi. This is the paramecia fruit used by Law, a pirate doctor. It makes spaces called rooms where the user controls everything inside, moving things instantly, cutting without harm, or switching places. This organizes all the powers, letting the user send earthquakes to enemy groups, catch foes in spaces with souls, or make lightning go far with stretching. It holds all abilities together, making the user someone who directs fights perfectly and changes the world around them. This creates a special attack called the Nexus Cataclysm, where the user makes a room as big as an island, pulls enemies with darkness gravity, and sends stretching earthquakes and lightning storms, with soul helpers moving everywhere and flames fixing injuries. It changes everything in its path, showing how strong the Nexus no Mi is. This fruit still has some limits. It needs a lot of energy, so using too much can make the user tired and open to attacks. Not paying attention could make wrong spaces or catch friends by mistake. People strong in hockey, a special inner strength, like the characters Shanks or Rayleigh, could break the spaces or ignore the canceling. Touching someone mixes their way of acting with yours for a short time, causing sudden changes like being serious, then making funny jokes like Luffy, but these are small compared to the big strength. A pirate needs friends, so think a small group. Roronoa Zoro leading as a second in command, using his swords and strong haki against threats. Nami guiding the way through storms and shakes. Frankie making strong ships for destruction. Trafalgar Law healing and adding to the space powers. Yasop shooting from afar to help with messy fights. This group lets the user travel safely and win anything. With the Nexus no Mi, you become someone who changes nature itself. If you had this fruit, would you search for the One Piece to be the top pirate, end the world government for everyone to be free, or find old secrets from the Void Century with your strong mind? Or would you use it to help people like Luffy or control like Kaido? If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe, and you also might enjoy watching these. Thanks!